Hey guys, it is Sunday here in West Virginia, and as I mentioned yesterday, we are going to take a look at the Transformers Hot Wheels set today. And I did end up finding all of them, even the Mustang, but not the hyped up one with the phrase "to punish and enslave" on the quarter panel. And I may have said yesterday that these are not semi-premiums, but after taking a better look at them, yeah, they are. But I have seen on some of the semi-premiums that Hot Wheels is neglecting to do metal on metal, like doing a metal base on all of them. So some of them may not be metal bases, and some may not even have unique wheels on it. But anyways, yeah, we'll start going with number one. Number one is probably the most famous one because of the movies. Bumblebee. He had his own movie, and he's been in every single Transformers movie, but he was a Camaro in all the movies except for his Bumblebee movie. He was a Volkswagen Beetle. And this is a really cool casting from Hot Wheels. I love the chopped, channeled, fenderless Beetle, but they should have used the one that they had in the main line because it looks better. It looks more like Bumblebee than this does. And as you can see, this one is metal on metal, and it does have those unique 5-spoke style wheels, and this does look like a wheel that was, I should say, pretty popular with the VW customizing crowd back in the 90s and early 2000s, and it still may be today. I'm not sure. I don't really follow Volkswagens too much, but this is a really cool casting. I just think the stock one that was in the main line that they used to represent Bumblebee would have been a better choice. And this set also is a little bit strange because they do not indicate the Transformers name on the vehicle. They just give you the Hot Wheel name. Custom Volkswagen Beetle. I guess we're just supposed to guess, or if you're a Transformer fan, I guess of course you're gonna know. But yeah, that was something I would think that they would have done. And these cars are ones that you would probably want to leave in the package because the packaging kind of tells the whole story. They are Transformers, and they are not named on the box, but I don't know, the card art still helps them. So these are cars, if I was going to keep them, I would actually leave them carded. I usually open everything, but this set specifically, I would leave package. Now on the back side, you can see we get a lineup of all of them. And still yet no name of the Transformer, just the name of the Hot Wheel, custom Volkswagen Beetle. So kind of strange. And this one, I think, is the best looking one of the set. This one and probably the Bugatti Veyron and such. But the most sought after is the Mustang. We'll get to him in just a minute here. First, we're going to go to number 2 is the Corvette C7R. And this doesn't look like it has anything special for the wheels. They look like, I don't know, they do look like just PR5s. And he has a plastic base. So this is nothing more than a mainline Hot Wheel. The Beetle, however, is a little bit more than just a mainline. And unfortunately, guys, all I can tell you is he is an Autobot. I do remember seeing the car in one of the movies, but I do not remember the Transformer's name. So I cannot say anything about that. And the card art on all of them are the same. So they really chinched on expenses for these cars. These should have really only been like $2 a piece, if that. Because the card art is the same on all of them. They don't indicate the Transformer's name. And even for a semi-premium set, most of the cars are not semi-premium. They're just mainline cars. But still, it is a unique set, being the collaboration with Mattel Hot Wheels and Hasbro Transformers. So, anyways, moving along to the one that has all the hype. That is this guy here, the Ford Mustang GT, and I do remember his name. His name was Barricade, and he is a Decepticon. He was in the first Transformers movie. And on the side of the vehicle, it said to punish and to enslave instead of protect and to serve on the quarter panel. And I guess a lot of these made it out of the factory with that tampo on it because they wanted to make it look exactly like the car from the movie. And I guess Mattel rethought it and thought it would not be good for kids because these are just recommended for 3 and older. They're not like an adult collectible or anything like that. So they pulled that tampo. So now all the ones being released, I believe, are just plain quarter panel on the top. And if you do find one, keep it or sell it, because right now people are paying crazy money for the ones that say to punish and to enslave. I don't know why, because it's not like anything that great. You even have to have like your Zoom on your phone in on it just to be able to read it. So I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to me, but for some people it is. And it's even helped the regular release of the Mustang gain some not profit, but make it a little bit valuable. They go for, on eBay, I think like $7 or $8 each, but they're starting to drop in price. People are starting to catch on that it's still just a Mustang, and it's not a chase piece, nothing special, just the one that has that phrase is special. And now next is another Autobot, and I believe this one was called Drift. I remember him in the movie too. I think it was in the first one. This is your Bugatti Veyron. This is a casting that had been pulled by Hot Wheels because of some licensing issues back after 2010, and then like 3 years ago, Bugatti let them use their name and such again, so they started reproducing the car again. So it's starting to pop up in a lot of different series. There was a white release in the semi-premium Fast and Furious stuff from last year. And then we have this guy now this year. And as I said, if I was going to pick one to be the most valuable of the set, it would probably be this one and the Beetle. And this one also, looking at it, it looks like PR5s. They may be a little different than PR5s, but not much. And it's just plastic base. So once again, no more than just a mainline car. So really the only semi-premium I see so far is the Beetle. Now, last but not least is one I do not remember at all, and this is the Pagani Huayra, and this is a Decepticon. Good looking car. Hot Wheels did a great job on this car for just a mainline car. The taillight tampos are there. The exhaust is correct, where they all come out right dead in the middle, and it has the emblems back there for Pagani and Huayra. And then you have your Decepticon logo there. The wheels on this one, they also look to be like the PR5s. And the headlights and such. This is a great looking casting, actually. And it is just plastic on plastic. And this came out not quite a while ago, 2012. I didn't know this casting was around that long. But it is a great looking car. So anyways, guys, that's it for the Transformers set. And as I said, keep your eyes out. Or keep your eyes open, I should say, for the one Mustang that has that logo or phrase on the side of the quarter panel. I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm just guessing that Mattel felt that it was a little offensive or something, and it may make kids cry or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not sure why they pulled it, or if they even did pull it. It may just be made or released in certain areas and such. I'm not sure the whole story behind it. But anyways, if you find one, I would probably sell it now, why it's got a lot of hype on it, because I have a feeling the hype will die eventually and it won't be worth so much. But right now, you can look on eBay. They're, well, maybe not going for it, but people are asking ridiculous amounts of money. But I think some have sold for some ridiculous amounts of money, like $50 or $100, something like that. But people are actually asking over $200 for them. So it's kind of crazy. So guys, that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow for our Mopar Monday. We're going to be cracking open a Tarmac Global 64 Dodge Viper. So be sure to tune back in for that and enjoy your Sunday.